We all go through life accepting what textbooks told us about the universe. But what happens when questions are raised about many of our fundamental beliefs? A mystery that cannot be explained. An enigma that defies reason. A surprising and unexpected answer. To encounter such a mystery firsthand may change your life forever. Face to face with the greatest riddles of the ages, the world's most profound mysteries reach out and touch your life in ways you've never imagined possible. Encounters with the unexplained.
One of the most intriguing mysteries of modern UFO research is encountered not in the sky nor in outer space, but tucked away neatly in the Nevada desert.
What is it that lies beyond this boundary that the U.S. government would kill to keep secret? Is there a base hidden away in the desert waste of Nevada where the government actually flies captured UFOs? Do Russian satellite photos reveal the amazing truth our own government won't let us see? Could this man's remarkable story really be true? Did he work on alien spacecraft and help make them fly again? Could the U.S. government actually be working with alien beings in a super-secret desert complex known only as Area 51?
Old geological maps identify this particular piece of real estate simply as Area 51. This designation covers a large area which consists principally of the dried-up bed of an ancient sink, which for some unfathomable reason is still called Groom Lake. A super-secret facility located here supposedly operates around the clock, and even though the government silently insists it doesn't exist, it has been seen by hundreds of witnesses and photographed dozens of times. And if the rumors about it are true, this installation is the hiding place for one of the most amazing secrets of this or any other generation. Clearly, there are secrets of some kind in this mysterious complex because, according to official government maps of the region, the entire installation simply does not exist. Why is this desert base such a secret? Is the truth of its purpose related to the continual sightings in the area of UFOs?
After the Lazar story broke, the UFO watchers came here and discovered this land. They came here in four-wheel drives to overlook this secret base.
In a television interview, Robert Lazar claimed that he was employed between 1988 and 1989 at a hidden base even more secret than the Groom Lake installation.
When I went to work, I was flown from McCarran Airport in Las Vegas to Area 51. From Area 51, I was bused to an even more highly secure facility located about 15 miles south of Area 51 called S4. S4 is situated at the base of the Papoose Mountains by the Papoose Dry Lake bed. The S4 installation is built into the mountain and the 9 hangar doors are angled at about 60 degrees. These doors are covered with a sand-textured coating to blend in with the side of the mountain and the desert floor.
According to Bob Lazar, it was in this hidden base that he worked on disc-shaped flying craft that were based on technology given to mankind by beings from another planet.
In other words, not only did I read briefings and not only was I taught the theories of these technologies, but they were demonstrated for me and I know they are true and accurate.
Lazar went on to claim that there are several fully working flying discs at the S4 facility, but only one on which he personally worked.
Because of its sleek appearance, I nicknamed it the Sport Model. The Sport Model is about 16 feet tall and 40 feet in diameter. The center level of this disc also houses the control consoles and seats, both of which were too small and too low to the floor to be functional for adult human beings.
Bob Lazar paints a scenario where the craft has an anti-gravity reactor or a gravity reactor that produces a wave of gravity. If you're inside this craft, it has no seat belts because to you inside the craft, it is always upright at natural gravity.
If the story Lazar tells is true, then this design is no mere fantasy, but a reality, and proof positive that Earth has been visited by intelligent beings from another planet. Could the U.S. government actually have this kind of technology in its possession and have kept such a secret from the public and press for over 50 years? And if the story has already been told, why is the government still taking such extraordinary measures to try and keep the base hidden? According to this research by the Salt Lake Tribune in September of 1993, Air Force Secretary Sheila Wignall requested control over nearly 4,000 acres of publicly owned land out in the Nevada desert in the Nellis Range complex. Reporter Glenn Campbell devoted several years to breaking down the wall of secrecy around Area 51 and the mysterious base at Groom Lake.
Area 51 is a small block of land that is simply the best known of the secret areas of the Nellis Air Force Range complex. Behind that, we have vast areas of desert. Until the early 1980s, it was actually possible to drive up to the Groom dry lake bed and look across and see the base in the distance. It was a secret base, but an open secret. In the mid-1980s, the military seized an entire mountain range, the Groom mountain range. At that point, the base became non-existent. It disappeared from USGS maps, and ever since then, the government has refused to refer to the base in any manner or form.
What could be on this installation that would merit such strong measures? Does anyone outside of the base know what kind of work is being done there?
We should all remember that the U-2 spy plane was flying out of Area 51 for many years. The same is true of the Blackbird SR-71 and the stealth fighter. They were all flying for many years before we heard about them.
But will the government use deadly force to simply keep citizens from seeing airplanes take off and land?
Area 51's been a pet project of mine for the last 25 years. Colleagues all around the world feed me information through our website, email, whatever. We do have some pretty interesting information showing that they've not only had alien craft that they've captured and been testing, but they also have equipment they don't even know what it does.
It's fairly obvious that this particular site was chosen because of its isolation, and being part of the Nellis Air Base bombing range doesn't make it all that inviting either. But apparently the isolation or even fear of bombs wasn't enough to keep people away. Just exactly what other measures has the government taken to protect this non-existent base from intruders? Is it the average citizen, the UFO buff, who's the problem? Or are they concerned with enemy spies? And just who is it that is protecting the most widely known secret in the world? Would it surprise you to learn that it's not the government at all? For years now, average citizens, individually, by the van load and by the bus load, have gone considerably out of their way just to get a close-up view of Area 51, only to encounter a scene right out of a third world country. An SUV or helicopter will suddenly appear on the crest of a hill. The message is unmistakable. You are not welcome here.
Come on, let's go. Get it out of here. This photo shoot's over with. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Get in the car. Come on. Let's go.
But given the vast size of the complex, surely they can't be everywhere at once. How can they be sure someone isn't getting past the guards, so to speak?
It has, I'm told, surface-to-air missiles in case planes fly over that aren't welcome there.
And we were pursued dangerously by this helicopter.
If he doesn't respond immediately, another airplane will be scrambled to intercept him and force him out of the area, or he'll be shot down.
The question is fairly asked. Can security measures be taken too far? And what happens when one side or the other crosses the line? Could it be that the UFO craze simply got everyone off on the wrong track? Long before there was a base of any kind around the Groom Lake area, Area 51 was just another useless piece of desert to be used for atomic testing. Is it possible that the guardians of Area 51 just want to protect people from possible exposure to latent radiation? Norio Hayakawa doesn't think so. He's experienced firsthand the aggressive security measures at Area 51.
In 1991, I led an investigative group from Southern California, including some journalists, to this area, and after we witnessed what I believe was some type of a test flight or possibly a maneuvering of these objects in the air, we were pursued by black military helicopter. I was leading a caravan of 7 cars on this dirt road that led to the outside perimeters of Area 51. And suddenly a black military helicopter with no insignia came over and approached our cars, came in front of our cars, almost about 10 to 15 feet above our cars.
But if Norio Hayakawa and other curiosity seekers trespassed on military property, shouldn't they expect to be confronted, even arrested?
At no time were we trespassing the military area. We were well away from the military zone, and we were on public land. We had every right to be on public land, but yet we were harassed by this military helicopter dangerously.
Whatever is happening at Area 51, it seems certain it is not to keep people from wandering into an area where they might be injured or pick up old atomic radiation. It is designed specifically to protect whoever or whatever is inside the complex.
They are ready to use whatever force necessary to keep people away from this area, even outside perimeters.
If that's true, if the guardians of Area 51 will even pursue civilians on public land 10 miles away from the installation, haven't they overlooked the fact that this secret base is still easily visible from the air? Would it not be a simple matter to fly low over the complex and see exactly what kind of work is being done there? Retired Air Force Colonel Wendell Stevens doesn't think so.
The airspace over the Nellis Range is highly restricted. If a pilot happens to stray into one of these restricted areas, he's contacted by radio in the clear and asked to leave. If he continues to fly in this restricted area, he'll be ordered to leave immediately and will be given vectors to leave the area by the shortest route. If he doesn't respond immediately, another airplane will be scrambled to intercept him and force him out of the area, or he'll be shot down.
Even military pilots on exercise here are forbidden to overfly this zone. If they do, it could mean the end of their career. If you as a civilian pilot were to fly into Groom Lake, certainly you can lose your pilot's license.
Well, for 40 years, it has been the location of choice for testing black projects. The most secret projects in the world that our military is looking into, that's where they go. I mean, it's perfect for that. It's ringed by mountains. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's adjacent to the nuclear test site. It has, I'm told, surface-to-air missiles in case planes fly over that aren't welcome there. It has motion detectors in the ground. It has ammonia detectors that can sense the smell of ammonia in human skin. It has surveillance cameras to see who's looking down on the base. So it is an extremely secure location.
Of course, these kinds of security measures are not uncommon around top-secret military installations. Could it be that the next generation of high-tech weaponry is currently being tested? Particle beams, high-powered lasers, or space weapons? Or could it be something else entirely? Is there finally some evidence that corroborates Bob Lazar's story? Is the power source that moves alien spacecraft through the cosmos actually in the government's possession?
Many of us have devoted a lot of time and energy to research on what's going on at Area 51. But no question in my mind that a new type of technology is being developed. We have seen aircraft over there at Area 51 above the Groom Mountains that definitely resemble what's known as flying discs or flying saucers.